And the Pope will be speaking to G7 leaders today in Italy.
He will become the first pontiff to attend a G7 meeting. Doug Luzader joins us live from Washington to break down this dynamic. Here, Doug, good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning to you as well.
Okay, so what do we expect the Pope to talk about with these world leaders?
Oddly enough, artificial intelligence. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, kind of a departure for the Pope, but this is the first time that we've seen a Pope address a G7, and he does have concerns apparently about the dehumanizing potential for artificial intelligence and the need to kind of keep an eye on its growth and, you know, what happens if you take kind of humans out of a process. So he's going to be talking about those risks. I would imagine some other topics will come up as well, but he's going to be speaking to the G7, and he and President Biden will also meet in a bilateral fashion, just the two of them, which is significant. I mean, you know, Joe Biden is the country's second Catholic president, and here he has an opportunity to sit down with the Pope.
So right now, Doug, we've got a Russian nuclear sub in the waters about 30 miles off of the coast of Florida near Cuba. Obviously, the Russian threat's very apparent to us here in the United States. Besides that, what are the other big topics for G7 leaders?
Well, that really has to do with some saber rattling on the part of Russia at a time when the G7 is trying to be united with Ukraine. And we saw the president yesterday sign off on this 10-year agreement for the U.S. to support Ukraine in its ongoing war effort. One of the big topics today is going to be migration. This is an issue, obviously, for us here at home, particularly along the southern border. But it's also a big issue for European nations, especially Italy, where this conference is being hosted.
Back to the Russia issue, Doug, for a moment here. We understand the G7 is proposing $50 billion in frozen Russian money to loan to Ukraine. How closely, you mentioned the saber rattling, is Putin going to be watching this thing really closely, this summit?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to please him. I mean, these assets are being used as essentially collateral to finance a loan to help Ukraine in the war effort. So this is using some of Russia's own resources effectively against them. This may be among the reasons why we're seeing this military exercise play out not far from the U.S. border, from the U.S. shores there around Cuba, where Russian forces are exercising with their Cuban counterparts.
Doug Luzader live in Washington for us. Thank you, Doug.